So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome to Martinsville Speedway. Want to bring you live right now to the full Frontal Sprint Car Series brought to you by the Challenger Racing League. Folks, this is going to be a fun night as we are just finishing up our final few seconds of practice, but we are getting ready to start the Quick Qualifier Award. We've got 9 drivers tonight that are doing their absolute best. And we are going to throw down as much as we possibly can, give you all the action live right here on Evolution Racing Network. And it is time, folks. It is time for all these drivers to go out and throw down their best time. This is the Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier Award. They get 5 minutes, 2 laps to go out and throw their best times out so that they can set themselves up. This will set the order for the heat races. And as soon as we're done with this session, then we will go into the heat races. How you finish in your heat races will determine how you finish in your, or how you start in the 40-lap feature coming up later on tonight. It's going to be fun. We've got 9 drivers, and everybody wants a little bit of extra space here. We saw it a few weeks ago at Dover, how these cup tracks, these NASCAR big boy tracks, have a tendency to raise hell on these asphalt sprint cars with no wings. So much power, so little weight. You cannot hit full throttle anywhere on this track. So these guys are doing their absolute best to just go throw down a good 2 laps. And the reality is they're not dealing with a 40-car field, so they can get through the field pretty quick as long as they don't make contact with anything. Let's go on board with some of these drivers right now. Ryan Bean right there. Excuse me, folks. Gotta kill this music. You know, I'm all about the rave, but come on, Ryan. Jiminy Christmas. And by the way, if I haven't introduced myself, my name is Ryan Ezell from Evolution Racing Network, coming to you live every Thursday night here on YouTube. Here we are, Rusty Modesty from the big old state of Illinois. So annoying when people say Illinois. Don't they know it's a silent S? Or hell, maybe I'm the only one after 40 plus years that doesn't know that. But it's Illinois. Anywho, the green and white Sinclair, number 6, doing his best. Feeling like the best as well. Jerry Culver in the 13. I'm sure Sherry Culver, our number 1 fan, is out there. Here we are. I see her already in the chat. Hello, Sherry. Look at that. Damn, Jerry. Doing an 1180 to get into pit road. That was impressive. And I think we've got 7 drivers that have taken time. 7 of the 9 drivers that have taken time so far right now. And we'll have to wait and see if Kevin Zabledell and Jason Blatz are the last two drivers to take time. And kick the tunes back on and throw down the rave here at Martinsville Speedway. But as of right now, these guys are, doing what they do, I guess. Let's take a look at, while we wait for those drivers to come on track, let's take a look at the race info tonight. We're going to go into the heats after we finish the Quick Qualifier Award presented by the Mata Family U.S. Military Award. And as soon as they're done with that, that will set the grid for tonight's 40-lap feature here at the infamous Martinsville Speedway at basically a half-mile track, very flat, not a lot of banking. So throttle control, brake control is going to be an absolute must to keep this car in the driving lane. Will we see a lot of cautions? Who knows? But I know where we won't see a lot of cautions in the heat races. 8 laps, 12 minutes, no cautions. You better get out there and throw down the best you can. After that, who knows? We'll wait and see. Let's take it back live. And we are about to start the session here in about 40 seconds. And let's see if we can get a word with a driver here. Rusty, this is Ryan in the ERM booth. You got a copy, brother?
Hey, Ryan.
Man, tell me what your thoughts are tonight as we wait for, the quick qualifier session to finish up here. What's your thoughts on Martinsville?
Oh man, it's going to be difficult tonight. This whole season, it's been hard to keep these cars going straight. For some reason tonight with this setup, the cars go on the straightaways just fine. The turns are treacherous. You're tight in and extremely loose out. So look for some carnage in the turns tonight, less on the straightaways.
Well, brother, it is time for you to go out and get this heat started. Go out there, have a great, clean race. We look forward to talking to you later on in the rest of this feature.
Hope so. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you, brother. Rusty Modesty in the number 6 Sinclair car right there. He knows exactly where he is trying to accomplish, which is one thing. It's just keep the car, keep all tires on the track, keep the car clean. Now, let's go talk to the one driver that week in and week out is always a menace to everybody else because he's so damn good.
That's
Our
right.
U.S. military Mata family quick qualifier again, starting number 1 on the pole here in the heat race for tonight at Martinsville Speedway, Ryan Bean.
Yeah, 3 poles in a row and no wins to show for it, man. So I'm feeling great.
Hey, that's all right. Consistency pays off eventually.
That's right.
Well, brother, I know we ain't got much time tonight, but tell us what your thoughts are. This and Dover up to this point have been the oddballs of all the tracks. Are you going to be able to keep this thing clean, keep it on the ground?
I hope. Tonight's going to be weird. From what I've noticed is the hard part tonight's going to be the brakes. Getting on the brakes, the car just wants to turn left. So throttle's not going to be a problem, I don't think. But I think if you see a spinner, at least for me, it's going to be the entry of 1 or 3.
All right, brother. Well, I know you're getting ready to start. Get up there, have a great race, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks.
All right. Ryan Bean right now starting. Let's go take a look real quick at your starting grid. You only got 9 of them. Quick and easy. Ryan Bean, Harold Watkins, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., Rusty Modesty, James Catrone, Jerry Culver starting 6th, Harold Rothery, Jason Blatz, Kevin Zabledell rounding out the back of the field. But right now, folks, the iRacing.com pace car is going to take a hard left-hand turn onto pit road. And this field's going to be coming to the green. Ryan Bean will be your control car. That number 28 on the inside right there. He has to wait until that green flag from Barney is going to be thrown. Right here. Here we go, folks. Ooh, Harold Watkins on his outside in the black and pink number 22. 9 cars. 8 laps, no cautions. Let's get it on, folks. We are live right now from the Challenger Racing League in the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series. Harold Watkins having a rough start there, but who is that? That is Ryan Bean, as usual. You see Harold Watkins hit the curb. It bounces the car up just a little bit. That is really going to throw it. Rusty Modesty gets into the 38 of James Catrone. They both go spin and collect Jerry Culver and Harold Rothery. Here is your leader. Remember, no cautions here tonight in the heat races. 2 laps complete, 6 to go. Let's take a look at the Goodyear blimp cam. Show you how close. Here's the leader coming up on that traffic that got caught up in the accident. James Catrone, the 38, taking it to the pits. 28, Ryan Bean. 22, Harold Watkins. Both battling it out right here. Nose to tail, bumper to bumper. They both want. Here's all this matters, folks. You have 9 drivers going out here throwing it all out on the line. But the only reason that they're fighting, this is just for starting spots for the 40-lap feature that will be coming up here later. We've got Rusty Modesty and James Catrone have taken it to pit road. And here we are, Ryan Bean, Harold Watkins, trying to get around the 13 of Jerry Culver. Another driver is caught up in that heat race number 1 presented by Potter County Diggers. 3 laps to go. Ryan Bean getting about a little less than a half a second lead over Harold Watkins. But Harold Watkins has such an incredible corner entry. And as they cross the line this time, by a popsicle sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. And Ryan Bean goes down the backstretch. And here he comes through 3 and 4. This time, By crosses the line. And guess what? He'll be taking the Challenger Racing League final white flag for heat race number 1 presented by Potter County Diggers. Comes down the backstretch. Let's throw it up right here. And let's see. Looks like he is going to keep it clean, and he will come across the line first as heat race number 1 winner presented by Potter County Diggers. Ryan Bean, Harold Watkins still got the rest of the field coming through. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. ending up on this lid. Harold Rothery coming through 4th. Jerry Culver with the respectable 5th place finish, folks. Well, we'll be right back after these words, and we'll get your grid started up. They will have a 3-minute warm-up session. Allows them all to come out and get some laps in. We'll be right back right after these words.
Casey's calling me over. Says
The story's on it. Who's
I
that?
have done. I got it. I got it. Oh my God, I'm back. Look at this bad boy. Casey's calling me over. Says
All right, welcome back to Martinsville Speedway, coming to you live from Evolution Racing Network and the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series. Let's get away from the Goodyear blimp cam and watch just how loose it was. We watched how it was there at the conclusion of the heat race. Let's see if we can't get a word with our heat number 1 presented by Potter County Diggers. Let's see if we can get a word with the winner tonight. Guy you're all too familiar with. Right,
Yeah, that's
Bean?
right.
How we doing tonight, brother?
3 poles in a row, 3 heat wins in a row, and no wins to show for it. So
Well, you keep saying that as if you're trying to make it to fruition. You're trying to create the reality. You keep saying
Yeah.
it, of course it's going to happen, right?
I hope, man. I don't know. I think Harold Watkins is he's got a little something there. I was really just trying to figure out how the car drives on an 8-lap run there, but I think lap traffic could be a problem if there is lap traffic, if everybody somehow survives to where there is lap traffic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not gonna be easy, that's for sure.
Well, not only did you win the Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier Award, then you backed it up with Heat Race #1 win presented by Potter County Diggers. You're starting on the pole tonight. Good luck, brother, and I hope we get to talk to you at the end of this thing.
Yes, sir. Thanks.
All right. Ryan Bean, right there. You heard from him. He told you what the plans are. I'm going to let you guys finish this up as we have a little less than 2 minutes. We're going to keep the action going right now. Let you watch all the drivers out there, and we'll be back for your starting grid.
The following message is requested by the state of Martinsville. There has been an outburst of a deadly infection. I repeat, an outbreak of a highly contagious virus. Sensed through the station's emergency alert system, we have been told the outbreak was caused by 2 men who have killed and eaten the body of the deceased. People not to approach or apprehend these bodies as they're extremely dangerous. If you have been in contact with one of these men, please seek immediate help as you might be infected.
All right, folks, time to grid up tonight for your 40-lap feature here from Martinsville Speedway half-mile track. Temperature's nice and cool, but that is not going to matter because these guys can't find the grip if it was given to them. It's going to be tough tonight. Ryan Bean is not only your Mata Family US, your Mata Family US Military Quick Qualifier of the night. He also backs it up with the win in Heat Race #1 presented by Potter County Diggers. And here we are, the Challenger Racing League Pole Award winner. So we've got 9 drivers tonight. We've got 40 of them trying to come home with the victory tonight. Let's take a look at your starting grid for tonight. Ryan Bean and Harold Watkins, just like they finished in the heat, they're starting in the feature. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. held row 3, row 2, row 3, Jerry Culver and Kevin Zabledell. Row 4, James Catrone, Rusty Modesty, and rounding out your field tonight for your 40-lap feature here at Martinsville, Jason Blatz from New York in the number 9 car. Man, it's going to be exciting. These guys are all putting it all out on the line to see what they can do to better themselves. Let's see. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is our 7th race of the season. And we'll go and catch you up on the points. Andrew Bogus absent tonight, your points leader, but Ryan Bean, Harold Watkins, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. are the next 3 drivers in the point system. So they can make up a lot of ground over your current points leader, the 71 of Andrew Bogus. But right now, it is all about that front row, the 28 and the 22. Ryan Bean, Harold Watkins. We've heard it from everybody all pre-race tonight. It's about keeping the car clean and keeping all 4 wheels on the track. The iRacing.com pace car takes a hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Barney the flagman will throw that green flag, and Ryan Bean will be the control car, and they are off. It is going to be all about control tonight. Ryan Bean gets a great launch. Jerry Culver making his way up to 3rd, getting to the inside of Harold Rothery right there, as you see. These guys, it's not about being able to go where you want to or tire management. It's all about control. These cars have so much horsepower. And Jerry Culver just takes a hard right-hand turn for absolutely no reason. I have no idea what just happened there. You were watching it live on the ERN cam. He was doing a great line through the corner, and all of a sudden that car took a hard right-hand turn and collected James Catrone. Let's go take another look on the ERN replay. He comes through right here. Doing great. Corner entry is good. Coming through. He gets the slightest bit loose in the rear of the car, and that's exactly what we've been talking about, is these cars are so hard to control when they lose control. Let's go look at it from one more angle. That bright red number 13 up in 3rd place right there with Harold Rothery. Comes into the corner, gets a little bit high out of where the rubber's being laid down, a little bit out of that dark part of the concrete there, and the rear of the car just barely snaps, tries to overcorrect, takes it to the wall. James Catrone gets collected. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. has to step it up, but will Jerry Culver? Let's take a look. He's getting services done now. He's getting 4 fresh Goodyear tires and getting some damages repaired and getting back out on the track. Hopefully he'll stay out on the lead lap. We'll have to wait and see. Car doesn't look too bad, so hopefully if he hasn't lost any power, he'll still be able to live to fight another day. And that's the reality here. It's not so much about really just tire management, and throttle and brake and turning, entry and exit. No, it's all about just keeping the damn car clean and keeping it on the track. Don't worry, Sherry. I know you're watching, and we're going to get Jerry through this. Let's take a look and let's see where the scoring tower puts Jerry right now as they're getting re-racked and stacked and ready for the full frontal sprint car series restart. Got Jerry Culver 1 lap down. I have a feeling that's not going to be our only caution. So all he's got to do is survive, keep it clean. We'll have another caution. He'll get the lucky dog and get back on the lead lap. This is short track, baby. It is going to be there. The 13 Marlboro of Jerry Culver has another shot at this. Up front, though, the 22, the 28, the front row, they have flip-flopped. Ryan Bean elected to take the top side, and here he comes right now, coming through 3 and 4. He is taken off. Harold Watkins tucks in behind Harold Rothery, battling for 3rd, right there with Kevin Zabladell. But you take a look at these guys. Man, they are really single file. They understood that how easy it is to lose control, how easy it is to get too close. So they're trying to play the long game here. They don't have to pit for fuel. They don't have to pit for tires unless they elect to under caution. Takes about 45, 48 seconds to do a 4-tire stop here. So in a short track like this, they don't want to have to unless they need to. Let's check in on Jerry Culver. He is just trying to bide his time right now. Hopefully another caution comes out so he can go in and get some more damages repaired and get back on the lead lap. But up front, Ryan Bean, Harold Watkins, your front row. See, Harold gets just like he did in the heat race, presented by Potter County Diggers. He does such a great job of corner entry, and he makes up so much ground. But on corner exit, Ryan is able to get on the throttle so much faster, and that allows him to get a huge gap on the straightaways. But then Harold makes it back up on the entry. So that is just a driving style. They're so close right now. Let's go back to third place right there. The number 4, the neon green of Harold Rothery, and Rusty Modesty making it around Kevin Zabladell to take fourth. And then Kevin Zabladell right there in the 17 to finish up fifth. Sixth, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. is patiently waiting his time. James Catrone staying on the lead lap in seventh. And then Jerry Culver right there at the tail of the field. First car a lap down. And right up front, though, Harold Watkins gets around Ryan Bean and takes the lead. I think Ryan knows that it wasn't worth the battle. Let's throw up a little graphic here for you guys and show you where everybody is on the track. And the top right of your screen, you will see all those circles with the numbers. That's the car numbers and where they are. The camera will always be highlighted with a neon green circle. So we are following Harold Watkins. He is coming into out of 4 right now, coming down the front stretch across the start finish line, going into 1. But you see you got drivers kind of spread out all over the track right now. Doing a good job, keeping it clean. Will this thing go green the entirety of the race? Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Top 3 have really broken away and gotten about, let's take a look. Let's see, there's Rusty Modesty. He's about 3 seconds or so back from that front 3 cars. And that's Rusty Modesty, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., and Kevin Zabladell. So you have 2 distinct packs. Top 3, the second 3, and then you got James Catrone and Jerry Culver back here just biding their time. 23 laps to go in this 40-lap feature here at the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series. And, man, they're keeping it clean. I really thought there would be a lot. These cars are so hard to control, thought we'd see a lot of cautions. You know, this is an 11-race season. You see Jerry tucked down to the inside, let the leaders go by without incident. Very respectable move there from 13 to Jerry Culver. We've got an 11-race season here. Very short season, and we've already completed this is the 7th race. So call it on the back half of the season. Right now, though, Harold Watkins, Ryan Bean are the only 2 battling out. They've actually got a little bit of a gap over the 3rd place of Harold Rothery and Rusty Modesty and Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. Right behind them, we've got the 13 of Jerry Culver. It's a lap down. Kevin Zabladell and James Catrone. But up front, I think it's going to come down to these 2. Who's going to want it more? Who is willing to wait and set up for that incredible pass? These guys, let's go in and take a look. Let's go on board with Ryan Bean so we can see the battle he's having with the car in front of him. Let's see. This is Ryan Bean's view right now. And let's throw up some telemetry as well so you can see exactly what he's doing. Watch his speeds in the bottom right hand corner. What Gary's in, these are pretty much single gear cars, and he is trying to do everything he can, running just a little bit different line. You listen to that throttle, you watch the braking in the car, and that is how it is to get around. You see Harold Watkins misses that corner entry just a little bit. Now it allows Ryan Bean to get right to his bumper. And this is why I always say it's better to be the hunter than the hunted. Because if you're in second place, all you have to do is wait for somebody else to make a mistake, and you get to capitalize. But right now, Harold Watkins is holding his own and doing a hell of a job with it as well. Keeping those speeds up. It's crazy, the drastic speed difference. They get up to 133 miles per hour and get down to almost 70 miles an hour in the same half mile. So it's absolutely incredible that they get to do that and how they're able to control it. But these two right here, man, they are just duking it out. You see Ryan Bean and Harold Watkins, you know, great competitors, great friends off the track, but when it comes on the track, and we have another caution, looks like our fourth place car, Kevin Zabladell, having troubles in that number 17 Camping World. Let's go take a look and see exactly what happened. Right there, he's out there by himself, just clicking off his laps, doing a good job. He was running fifth at the time and just misses corner entry, hits the turtles, and it upsets the car, and it literally throws him into somersaults where he's doing the gymnastics floor routine from the U.S. Olympic gold team. Does a great job getting it off the wall where he doesn't have to tow and gets it back running again. So, interesting to say. So, well, with a handful of laps to go here, wow. You got 5 drivers on the lead lap, starting with in 5th, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr., Rusty Modesty, Harold Rothery in that neon green number 4, Ryan Bean in the 28, and Harold Watkins in the 22. Jerry Culver will get the lucky dog, which means he'll get that lap back that he has been needing. That puts him right back in the fight. Kevin Zabladell going to pit road to get some services done, along with James Catrone. So, have to see how the field re-racks and restacks as soon as we get to go green here shortly. This could get very, very interesting, as you say. Let's take a look and see. Dun, dun, dun. All right. Well, nobody's going. This isn't like stock car racing. They're not going to come in and get tires and services to their car every single caution. They don't need to. One, it takes too long. You give up that position, it'll be too hard to get it back. And 2, baby, these things got an insane amount of power, 900 plus horsepower, 1,600 pounds. That ratio should not work. And that is why it is so hard to drive. But let's go through your field real quick, starting with your leader. The 22, Harold Watkins, Kalamazoo, Michigan, up front. Second place, the guy that has won everything tonight. Can he win the race? We'll have to wait and see. Ryan Bean from Miami, Florida. Harold Rothery right there in the neon green. Number 4, Donaldsonville, Ohio. Rusty Modesty in the number 6 Sinclair from Aurora, Illinois. And your last car on the lead lap, Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. from Portage, Indiana. Go a little further back, Kevin Zabladell, the one that brought this one out from OKC, OK. And Jerry Culver, Tacoma, Washington. Sherry Culver's number 1 driver. And then James Catrone has went ahead and taken it to the hauler. iRacing.com. Pace car takes a hard left-hand turn. The 22 will be your control car. As they come out of 4, he will have the option to smash that gas whenever he wants to, and he does. Gets a great launch over Ryan Bean and Harold Rothery. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. gets loose, spins it, but recollects it really quick. You see, does a great job. Harold Watkins in first, Ryan Bean second, but the battle right here, Rusty Modesty gets around Harold Rothery, and Rusty is running a very unique line. He's running that high line and did great for him to get around Harold. He got a little too high, got loose, and now they're doing a drag race down the backstretch, and the question is, do you push it? It looks like Rusty will get the edge that lap by by Fitzpatrick Jr. Doing a hell of a job right there, just clicking off laps. Let's throw up the graphic. See where everybody's at. Everybody's on the same half portion of the lap. And here we are running about, I don't know, 17, 18 second laps. Doing an incredible job. Right now, though, it is all about these two guys. They have been battling it out the entire feature race. Ryan Bean has won it all tonight. The Mata Family U.S. Military Quick Qualifier Award. The Heat Race #1 presented by Potter County Diggers. The Challenger Racing League Pole Award. The only thing left is the race. He's done everything but win a race this season, it looks like. Doing a hell of a job keeping it up in the points right now. Second in the points. And he comes around. Popsicle sticks are in the air. The final lap already. The white flag. The ERN white flag comes around. Can Harold Watkins do 2 more turns? Keep it clean. Ryan Bean has thrown everything but the kitchen sink. And will he get it? Drag race to the start finish line. Harold Watkins will get his victory tonight, his first win of the season. Ryan Bean 1/10 behind him. Rusty Modesty in third. Harold Rothery fourth. Kevin Zabladell fifth. Jerry Cover sixth. Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. seventh. And James Catrone eighth. What an incredible race tonight. These guys put on a battle. Harold Watkins gets to come home victorious and claims his first victory in the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series. And you're watching him burn it down. He does not care. It's like, boys, you're going to put a new motor here, new chassis on this thing, new shocks, new tires. I'm going to burn it down. We don't get these very often. And what a hell of a job he is doing. Congrats to Harold Watkins from Kalamazoo, Michigan on his first victory tonight. Well, folks, don't worry. We'll be right back here shortly to have words with all the top 3 here tonight at Martinsville Speedway from the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series. We'll be right back after these words.
Casey's calling me over. Says
The story's on it. Who's
I
that?
have done. I got it. I got it. Oh my God, I'm back. Look at this bad boy.
All right, welcome back to Martinsville Speedway, folks. Let's see if we can't have a word or two with some of the drivers and how they finished tonight, especially the podium finishers. Let's start it off here and see if we can't grab Rusty Modesty for a quick second. Rusty, Ryan here in the URM booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. Looks like we can talk to each other, huh?
I say we can, and congratulations. All you had to do was be patient and be ready to, shoot and bite and challenge when you could. Congrats on a 3rd place podium finish tonight. Looked like tonight was just a night of attrition.
Yeah, again, this was a tough one. I told you we were going to have some destruction. Surely we did. Great race with Harold. Him and I were side by side for what felt like an eternity, but it was probably really only 2 laps. But great racing with Harold tonight. Somehow I was able to get past him. Starting out the race from the back because of the bad heat race kind of put a damper on things. I felt like I was turning some fast laps tonight, but we still pulled home a podium, so happy about that.
Well, nonetheless, that was race number 7 of 11 as we go on the back half of the schedule. Great job, this season being consistent, and doing what you have to. Let's see, you came into tonight. Where are you at? Eighth in points, but you had one, two, three, four drivers ahead of you not show up tonight. So this is going to be a huge jump for
Yeah.
you, Rusty.
Well, let's see what we can do here
Well,
with
capitalize
points.
on it and have a great one, brother. Well, before we let you go and go celebrate with the team, I want to turn it over to you and let you get an opportunity to give any thank you, shout out, sponsor plugs. The mic is yours.
Yeah, again, thank you to everyone that comes out week in, week out to race here. It's a fun group of guys to race with. Thank you to ERN for fantastic broadcasts. Potter County Diggers always helping out. Go watch their channel. It's so interesting.
Oh,
You're gonna go down a rabbit hole.
Rabbit hole.
And you're gonna be glued. So go check their stuff out. Kevin does a fantastic job. Great editing. Great filmmaking. I don't even know if he has a filmmaking background, but he does it so well.
Oh, yeah.
And just shout out to Challenger Racing League. These guys that come along with us, they're doing a fantastic job. Looking forward to some exciting stuff next season. That's really it's gonna shake them up a little bit, but they're gonna have fun. So it's all about challenging the drivers. That's why we call it Challenger.
There you go, brother. Well, have a great week. We'll see you next Thursday.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right, brother. Rusty Modesty, your third place finisher tonight. So let's see if we can't get a word with the guy that we all had marked on our board that was going to literally do a clean sweep of the whole thing. Gets out there in the feature race, has to avoid a couple lap cars, avoid a couple close calls with the 22 Harold Watkins. Comes up just a tad bit short, but it wasn't for the lack of effort. Ryan Bean, how are we feeling tonight, brother?
Three poles in a row and 3 heat wins and 3 podiums, I guess. But no, man, it was a hell of a race. And if I couldn't win, I'm more than happy that a teammate gets to win. It was a hell of a race. He drove perfect tonight, and I'm happy for him.
Well, man, he had a couple, I would say, probably 2 to 2.5 laps that he just missed the corner entry and the whole drive through by maybe a half a foot, and you were able to get right to his bumper. But it makes it so much different to get to a car than to be able to get fully around them for the pass. Was that the big difference tonight?
Yeah, it was more of that. I knew I was better than him in 1 and 2, and even on that caution, I told him, it's like, man, you're not very good in 1 and 2. You missed it a bunch of times. Like, yeah, I know. I think I could have gotten the pass, but he, like I said, he drove perfect, exactly how you're supposed to defend. I think I could have had the move, but I think he hit the apron going into 3 and 4, so he pushed up, so I had to prevent a collision there. And yeah, it sucks, but I'm happy with second.
Well, brother, it's going to be a great points night for you with Andrew not showing up tonight. That should give you the hop skip over him, take the lead in the points. So congratulations on a great, all well thought out night for all the sessions. Great points night for you. And before we let you go, man, I want to give you the opportunity to give any sponsors, shout outs, plugs, thank yous. The mic is yours.
Yeah, first off, thank you and everybody at ERN. Man, you guys are the best. Rusty and all the guys in this league, it's one of the best leagues I'm in. I say it every week, and these races prove it every week. And I'm excited for next week. I think we're at Irwindale, so these damn flat tracks, man. gotta figure them out, but it'll be fun.
Well, brother, have a great week, and look forward to talking to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Ryan Bean, your second place finisher tonight. You could tell he's a little disappointed in his voice, which I would be too. You clean sweep everything else, all the sessions tonight, and come up 1 spot short. But like he said, he was glad that a teammate was able to come in and come home with the victory. And speaking of, let's see if we can get a word with him right now. Harold Watkins in the beautiful number 22. This is Ryan in the ERN booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how's it going, Ryan?
Brother, you ran the race of your life tonight.
Yeah, thanks to Ryan for racing me like he did. I mean, it was intense. like he was talking to me about under caution. I kept missing 1 and 2. and I know his strategy kind of on these tracks is to not be in the lead because it's easy to get run into from behind. So I mean, really, it was him racing me really clean, and um, I got to thank him for that. And it was intense. I just kept looking in my mirror because I knew he was faster than me. Um, I guess I got lucky.
Well, it's so easy to do. I mentioned it in the broadcast. We actually went on board with Ryan Bean with maybe 8 to 10 laps to go. You guys had both checked out, but we went on board in the cockpit with Ryan Bean following you. And I stated that it's always better to be the hunter than the hunted, because all you have to do is wait for the mistake and capitalize. As a leader, you have to wash out all the distractions, which is the mirror driving, trying to overcalculate your entry, your exit, your throttle, your brake, and hope that you don't make those mistakes. But you did it flawlessly tonight. And the great thing about these cars is that, they have to not only get to you, but they have to literally set you up for laps to get around you. And you were able to, even on some of the mistakes you made, like you said, you were able to not expose yourself enough to allow a driver to get around you. So congratulations on a hard fought win tonight. And based on what I'm seeing, this is going to be race number 1 win for this season in the Full Frontal Sprint Car Series. This will catapult you to second in points, only 3 points back of the points leader, Ryan Bean. So the championship is definitely within your grasp as we head to Irwindale next week. We only have 4 races left in this short season. Were you thinking about a championship coming into this? And did you realize how close you could be coming out of it?
No, I mean, I really wasn't. These cars don't really fit my driving style. I'm more of a cautious, take it easy, let the race come to me. And in these cars, if you do that, I mean, you're either going to be kind of back in the pack or just overall slower, because you got to be willing to send these cars.
Oh, sure.
But you got to remember that some people are going to get their drop races. Like Ryan's going to lose 0 points, and I'll lose a race since I've been at all of them. So it's not quite as close as it looks, but maybe, if I keep finishing well and keep just, staying up front, getting some heat wins, do a little bit better in qualifying than I have, I mean, anything's possible.
Well, you had a win tonight, your first win this season, and guess where you finish up the season? Milwaukee Mile, a very similar track to Martinsville as far as how it's laid out. A little more banking, but it'll be kind of like a mix between Martinsville and Dover. So this could be your season to be able to, on the back half of it, where Ryan controlled the front, this could be your season. And I truly believe that you can. Your racecraft has been absolutely top-notch, and you've got a lot of respect from all the drivers in the field here. So I just want to say congratulations on a hard-fought victory tonight. And before we let you get out of here and go celebrate with the team, give you an opportunity to give any sponsor plugs, shout-outs, thank yous. The mic is yours, Harold.
Thank you. I appreciate that. First and foremost, thank you to my teammates on Stealth, always working with me, getting me better on the sim. Thank you to Ryan tonight. I mean, he raced me extremely clean, and definitely appreciate that. And going to have to return the favor for sure. Thank you to Rusty for putting this league on, and thank you to you in the booth every week, putting on a great show.
Well, brother, have a great week. Go celebrate with the team, and we'll see you next week at Irwindale.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. And that is your race winner, Harold Watkins, right here from Martinsville. Well, folks, it's about that time. Let's go take a look and see how the final results finished up here. And let's see if we can get this popped up here. All right, there it is. Your race winner, feature winner tonight, Harold Watkins in the 22. Ryan Bean, teammate in the 28. Racing him clean, comes home with a solid second place finish after winning all the original sessions. Rusty Modesty with a great podium finish tonight, the number 6 car. Harold Rothery coming home 4th in the number 4. Kevin Zabladell, even after having a slip up there late in the race, still gets to finish a solid top 5. Jerry Culver in the 13 car finishing 6th, and Bob Fitzpatrick Jr. finishing 7th in the number 3. James Catrone in the 38 coming home 8th, and in the tail of the field, not taking the grid, Jason Blatt. So congratulations to everybody tonight. And man, it has been absolute blast calling these races. We have fun doing it. It sucks that they're so fast, but man, is it fun. Come back and see us next week on YouTube right here at Evolution Racing Network as we go to Irwindale for another heat race and 40-lap feature. And these guys are getting very, very close to completing their season in the full frontal sprint car series. We have 4 races to go: Irwindale, USA, Lucas Oil, and we finish it up at the Milwaukee Mile. So, other than that, I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in tonight, for commenting, for sharing, and always supporting, whether it be our broadcast network or the drivers that you're watching. Before we let you go, the one thing I always got to remind you to do, if you see an active or non-active military member out there in any of the branches, whether they are currently serving or have served, make sure you tell them this holiday season how much you appreciate them and how much the sacrifices they have made is very appreciated, so that we can live the life we do. It goes a long way, folks. And we'll see you right back here the day before Christmas Eve. And then we'll talk about some Christmas goodies. But have a great week, folks. And we'll be talking to you soon. Y'all have a great week.